Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap video. Today is Tuesday, September 26th. I just finished up trading for the day and I locked in $1,016 in profits with one single trade in the stock BFRG. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my entry points and my exit points so that hopefully you can take something from my trading and apply it to your own. All right, so this morning in the pre-market session, we had quite a few stocks that were gapping up significantly. SLNO, for example, was up 388%. FEMY was up 252%, ICPT up 78%, IMVT up 58%, and so on and so forth. So that leads to the question, why did I decide to trade BFRG as opposed to some of these other bigger movers from pre-market? The simple fact of the matter is that I liked the fact that BFRG had this big spike up that came pretty much straight back down. And I know that sounds a little bit counterintuitive because usually when you're buying a stock, you want to see strength. You want to see momentum, you want to see that buyers are buying into the dips. But in my experience, this is one of the setups that is going to be a really good opportunity to buy into once the market opens and once the stock is able to find some kind of base or some kind of support. So that's exactly what I was looking for in this case. I wanted to see some kind of base or support start to form, and I wanted to see this start to set up for a reversal back up towards those pre-market highs. So if we take a look here at the 1 minute chart, we can see in pre-market there's a little bit of a double bottom here right at about $3.08. That same level is then going to come into play at the market open. It opens slightly above that level, pulls back, dips slightly underneath it, but it comes right back above it very quickly and it starts to curl higher. So I decided to take a position here as it was chopping around the VWAP. My thought process for this was I knew that I was going to be risking underneath this low here of $3.05. So I had a good risk level in mind. It was relatively low risk. And I also knew that if this was going to reject the VWAP and it was going to start fading back down, more often than not, it's going to do that within one or two candles. So the fact that it was kind of just chopping around and it was holding on to those gains underneath the VWAP was kind of just setting this up for a breakout in my opinion. So I started to buy some shares here in the low 330s. I had 2,500 shares at an average price of $3.31. And we can see it eventually starts to poke above the VWAP here, chops around a little bit still, but never gets down towards that risk level once I entered into that position. So I was a little bit more patient with this than I typically am. I let it trade around here, let it chop around the VWAP. And even though there are a few ugly candlesticks that form here, I decided to continue holding on to these shares. Because again, it was still far away from my risk level and the trade was still moving in my favor. On top of that, we can see that this area here that was acting as resistance around the VWAP starts to turn into a little bit of support. So once it breaks above that level, it then starts to bounce off of it on these pullbacks and turn it into a little bit of support. And that of course was a bullish sign. So when I decided to start selling was into these pops up here. We get this big high volume spike here from about $3.50 all the way up to a high of $3.87. That was kind of the big quick spike that I was looking for to lock in my profits. So I ended up selling in the 370s, locked in $1,016 in profits on that trade. And as we can see, I did still technically sell out of this position a little bit too soon. It ended up running all the way up to a high of $4.28 later in the morning. And ever since then, we can see it's been kind of just chopping around and starting to fade back down. So all in all, this was a really solid trade. I was able to spot that reversal point pretty early on, was able to lock in profits into this high volume spike, and I'm very happy with how I managed this trade. So with all of that being said, quick shout out to Kane in the Market Master group, locked in 350% of his daily goal here with this BFRG trade. And on top of that, he knew it was time to lock in those profits and walk away. That's how you do it. If you stick around trying to find another trade, odds are you will find a trade, but it won't always necessarily be a great trade. And a lot of times you'll end up giving back your profits. So if you're over your daily goal or you meet your daily goal very early on in the morning, it's a great idea to just lock in those profits and step away. So although that was my only trade today, I did actually have a really solid setup posted here in the group for VACC. This was in the Market Master group's trade plans for a continuation from the big move that we saw yesterday. However, the pre-market and the after hours price action kind of destroyed the opportunity here for a continuation because it did end up gapping down significantly from that previous day's close. With that being said, it was starting to set up really nicely for a reversal down in the 250 area. We also knew that the 230 area was going to act as support because of the volume profile on the daily chart. So I posted about this here in the Market Master group. And if we take a look here at the chart, we can see it did have a really solid rebound there from the 250s all the way up to a high up here of $2.96. So that was another trade that I was watching, and had I not been in the trade with BFRG, there was a good chance that I probably would have traded this stock as well. But anyway, those were my main focuses for the day, and again, I locked in $1,016 in profits. Hopefully you found some value in me recapping this trade, and if you did, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to hear about these stocks that I'm trading in real time, as well as work with our team of traders, get access to our day trade and swing trade alerts, our detailed trade plans, our live custom scanner streams, and so on and so forth. All of that can be found in the Market Master group. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.